What's up YouTube, it's Josh here, and it's been a couple of months now, but I'm finally ready to deliver my verdict on the iPad 3rd generation. Roll the intro. At first glance, the iPad 2 looks exactly the same as the iPad 3rd gen, but as a matter of fact they are completely different. Besides the price tag, of course, which is £399 in the UK and $499 in the US. Now the fundamental differences between the iPad 2 and 3 is the tapering. The tapering is slightly different. It's a slightly thicker device, only by millimeters though, so it's not that noticeable. Now with all Apple products, you get a great build quality. It feels nice and natural to hold in the hand, which I really like. One of the big decisions you'll have when you buy your iPad is what size to get. Now for most people I recommend a 16GB model, but if you are a heavy gamer and you watch a lot of films, I probably recommend a 32GB model. I don't recommend the 4G model for the UK viewers as we don't have 4G in the UK. Moving on to the speaker, the sound isn't mind-blowing, but it's better than average, so it's quite acceptable. One of the iPad's most noticeable features is the retina display with a total resolution of 1536 by 2048. Now most people use their iPads for media consumption such as news, articles, video, photos, that sort of thing. So I've gone onto the BBC website here and we're taking a look at the technology section, and you can just see the crispness on the actual articles and thumbnails themselves above the articles. Let's load up an article about Facebook, zooming in on the text, and this just showcases what the retina display can do, and you can't see an individual pixel, and that is pretty much as good as you're going to get on a display. Using an Apple smart cover with your iPad increases the functionality of the device, which creates a unique wake and sleep function and the ability to prop up your device with the smart cover for use with applications such as Pages, Evernote and Notes. The iPad now contains the new Apple A5X graphic processor, which throughout my testing I found very responsive on games such as Flick Football and Fruit Ninja. On more graphic intensive games such as X-Plane 10, GTR Racing and Real Racing HD, I found it to be still responsive. However, the device did get quite hot on the left hand side, which has been reported on sites such as Mac Rumors. Now, not forgetting the all important camera. Well, it is still there, but it is now a 5 megapixel camera, which does make a fraction of a difference when you're shooting in low light conditions, as you can see from these pictures. This is in a quite well lit condition, so this probably wasn't a fair test, but this is just a quick example of what you can take with the camera. Well, the bottom line is quite simply this: if you have an iPad 2, then I don't recommend the upgrade. However, if you have an iPad 1 or the original iPad, then I recommend the upgrade, as it'll be a big change. The physical shape of the tablet is different from the iPad 1, so I recommend the upgrade there. Now, a lot of people have mentioned the battery life. The battery life is pretty much the same as the iPad 2, 10 hours of battery life. However, it does take a lot longer to charge. Now, that isn't a big thing for me, but for somebody who might be a businessman or maybe somebody who uses it in and around the office, once you have got that 10 hours of battery life out of it, it'll take another further 5 for it to charge. So in a work day, might not be that practical, so you might want to consider buying a Mophie juice pack or something for it to extend the battery life. I mean, the battery life is enough for me personally, but you know, if it runs out, once it's run out, it'll take another 5 hours to charge it, so do bear that in mind. The resolution is amazing, as I've shown you from the web page I've showed you before. It's a very good reading and media consumption device. That's what I bought it for. I also bought it to make notes on, and that brings me on to my third and final point. For the iPad to succeed as a replacement for a computer, it really needs to have that one quintessential app on it, and that app is Microsoft Office. Now, it has been rumoured that Microsoft Office is coming to iOS, but it's still not arrived, so hopefully by the end of this year we'll see it arrive on the iOS platform. So let me know what you think of the iPad 3rd gen. I really like it. As a matter of fact, it's my first iPad, so you know, you can't really go that wrong. I've never wanted to buy an iPad 1 or 2 because I didn't think the specs were that good, but you know, you wait out and this is what you get. Leave a comment below to tell me what you think of the iPad 3 if you've got an iPad 3. If If you've got an iPad 2, if you want to consider upgrading to the iPad 3, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, as it really helps this channel out. Okay guys, and I'll see you in a future video.